So, VK on the beat, check. I'm in Toronto where you wanna get the city love. I'm from Toronto where you wanna get the city love. I'm in Toronto like we wanna get the city love. My city love me back for my city love.
Welcome to episode 1095 of Toronto Mic'd, proudly brought to you by Great Lakes Brewery, a fiercely independent craft brewery who believes in supporting communities, good times, and brewing amazing beer. Order online for free local home delivery in the GTA. StickerU.com. Create custom stickers, labels, tattoos, and decals for your home and your business. Palma Pasta. Enjoy the taste of fresh, homemade Italian pasta and entrees from Palma Pasta in Mississauga and Oakville. Electronic Products Recycling Association. Committing to our planet's future means properly recycling our electronics of the past. Ridley Funeral Home. Pillars of the community since 1921. And Canna Cabana. The lowest prices on cannabis, guaranteed. Over 100 stores across the country. Learn more at cannacabana.com. Today, making her Toronto Mic debut is musician Meredith Lazowski. How are you, Meredith?
I'm doing great, thanks. How are you?
I am good. And I got that last name correct, right? Lazowski.
Oh, yes, you got it perfect.
It's actually a tough name to mispronounce. Like, I don't even know where I would screw that up. I'll find a way. Give me a challenge. I'll find a way. Let's start with how we're connected. How are we connected, Meredith?
I know your wife.
Okay.
Yeah. I used to work with her years ago.
So in a previous life, you worked for a software company at the same time as my wife, Monica. So even though I have like no real recollection of this, we may have like said hello to each other at a holiday party or two.
Yes.
So we may have been we probably have been in the same room at the same time before.
Yes, this is correct.
And you're back because you've got a new album, and I'm gonna find out. Like, I'm fascinated by somebody who has like a full-time job to pay the rent and to feed themselves, but has this passion, this side hustle that's of like an artistic nature, like music. Like, I got a lot of... You ready for questions? Are you okay when I start peppering you?
Let's go for it.
So before we dive in, and I have music too, but I have music that's not from you. I'm actually going to start with this, and we're going to talk briefly about this. And this is not you, Meredith. Although you should cover it, maybe. Is this, in your humble opinion, you are a musician, is this a jam or not a jam? Is this a jam?
I think this is definitely a jam.
I agree with you. Now, you're much younger than I am. And I'm wondering, so when I was a kid, this song seemed to be everywhere. I think it might have been everywhere. So I remember growing up where this song was all over the place. This is Olivia Newton-John. And I never did. I'm curious, have you ever seen Grease with John Travolta and Olivia Newton-John?
Of course.
Okay, so I've never seen it, but I know there's a couple of huge jams because I hear them all over the place. But Olivia Newton-John died today.
Yes, I know, I heard. It's so sad. That is terrible.
And I wanted to pay some respects here since we are sponsored by a funeral home. So shout out to Ridley Funeral Home. And I'm sure we'll talk more about Olivia Newton-John when Mark Weisblatt visits the first Thursday of September. But yeah, she was a big BFD, a big fucking deal. Would you cover a song like this?
I would, definitely. I'm actually trying to queue up some new covers to include within my set. So this is giving me some good inspiration for sure for my shows coming up.
So how do you, is it basically just songs you like and then you have to like, I mean, we'll get into this, but your style would be defined as Americana? Is that how we describe your genre?
Yeah, like kind of alternative folk Americana, I would say, is the way I've been describing it, but you can take it as whatever you like, I would say, too.
You know, and Americana is a weird descriptor for somebody. Are you from Toronto?
I am from just north of Toronto, from Aurora, but I've been living in Toronto for quite a while now.
But, you know, Americana, like that, you know, like we're Canadian.
I know.
The heck? We need a new label for this.
Canadiana.
Canadiana. We need a new label. So what is your, you don't have to be, you can be as specific as you want to be, but how do you pay your rent or mortgage? Like, how do you feed yourself? What is your full-time job?
Well, my full-time job is I work as a product designer in the startup world. So basically I design interfaces for software. So I worked in healthcare for a while, helping with patient safety software. And then now I'm leading product design at a startup company in the fintech space.
See, it's I think, and I have been around that, you know, that universe for a long time. I would say you can get that salary would enable you to live in the city of Toronto. Like you could make enough money to live in this very expensive city.
Yeah, it definitely helps to pay the bills. And I also love this space too, because design is very creative as well. Like it's a different avenue for being creative. And yes, I'm working more on the software side of things, but I really do love what I do. I love solving problems in that space, but I also love music. So I'm happy I can combine the two.
And has music always been a passion?
It has. I put it on hold for a while. Just I feel like I got kind of swallowed into the tech world for about 7 years, and really put music on hold for a good amount of time. But I found my way back. I think the pandemic, I think for a lot of people, was a kind of moment of
like a pause?
A bit of a pause, just to reevaluate what's important to you. So many people lost family and friends and so much that I think it was a moment where I was kind of reevaluating, saying like, what's really important to me and what are things that I keep saying I want to do that I haven't done. And music was one of those things. I've been talking about putting an album together probably for like 5 years and never really got to it. So this was a moment where I'm like, I'm tired of saying no. I'm just going to go for it. So that was kind of the waking moment for me.
Go big or go home.
Exactly. Might as well just go for it. And and I'm fortunate that I was able to do so and work with some great people on it too.
Well, we're gonna get into that because you worked with an FOTM, so we have to acknowledge. But here, okay, so Go Big or Go Home, and the name of this album that you have put out, it came out, you released it independently in June of this year. This album's called Other Way Home.
Yep.
Did you consider calling it Go Big or Go Home? That was an alternative.
That's a good one.
Is it too late? Is it too late? Okay. In the digital world, you can actually change things on a dime. It's not like you have like 20,000 printed discs sitting in a warehouse or whatever, right?
That's true.
Okay, well, we can change that. Okay, no, Other Way Home is a great title. We'll get into all of that. So, but we got to go backwards. So you mentioned, the pandemic was like a trigger that you're gonna live the dream. You're gonna have a well-produced album of your music. Like this is like your debut album. This is a big deal. Like you're gonna do it, and you did it, which is like amazing. But going back, like when you were growing up, was music like a part of your life? Was it in the home you grew up in? Like was music something you always loved?
Oh yeah, it was always something that I've loved, and I grew up playing conservatory piano. I can't say that I'm necessarily the greatest piano player anymore. I put it on hold for a while, but my sister and I grew up playing piano, and then we've always had guitars in the house as well too. My dad played guitar when he was younger, and then and my mom is a great singer too. And eventually, at one point in time, I kind of started to lose a little bit of interest in piano, and then wanted to get into guitar. And so I kind of picked up whatever guitar was around the house, started fiddling around with it, and then it kind of cued getting my dad back into it as well too. And this is when I was in like early elementary school, I would say.
So 6 or 7 years ago.
Oh God. a lot longer than that.
I know.
But yeah, and then so it was kind of a catalyst, I think, for all of us to start playing music together. Like piano, I feel like for us was we were doing it very independently just to kind of practice and get into it. But once we started picking up guitars as well too, we started playing music together and playing covers, and then I started writing as well too. So music has always been a big part of our family, and I've been writing for a very long time. Like probably as soon as I started learning, as soon as I learned about 3 chords, I'm like, okay, let's see what we can do here.
Okay, firstly, I just want you to know right now how jealous I am of you that you can just pick up a guitar and noodle away and make something that sounds good. Like that's to me, that's like, I mean, I can't imagine. Like I pick up a guitar, now I'm holding a guitar, but that's it. Like I'll just for the photo, maybe I'm holding the guitar, but there's nothing beautiful going to come out of that instrument if I'm holding it. So that's amazing. Okay. By the way, before we go any further, and it's your call, but I'm going to crack open a beer. Did you want a beer?
Sure.
It's okay. So that one's that one's cold.
Okay.
And these are all of this beer from Great Lakes Brewery, fresh
Amazing.
craft beer from GLB is yours.
Thank you.
If you want more than one, let me know because I have to go to the fridge and get you another coin.
Okay.
So is that it? By the
This
way,
is
and I feel like I can go up and get you do you want an IPA or that's
this pale ale is perfect with me. I also love the branding of this one too.
That's Gordy Levesque. He's the Canuck Pale Ale guy that you see on the
it's
cover
amazing.
there, Gordy Levesque, yeah. And I think that's the biggest seller Great Lakes has. So you crack that open.
All right.
And do it on the mic.
Oh,
Meredith,
okay.
please. Is
Right.
this your first rodeo? Come on. And you crack that and then I'll crack mine.
Okay.
Okay, so here we are. It's even though this I rarely do this, but I did record earlier today. So this might drop Tuesday morning on August 9th. But we're recording on Monday evening. So work is done for the day. You brought a guitar, by the way. I don't want to bury the lead here. You brought a guitar. And we're now drinking craft beer, and we're going to get into this. And if the listeners hear any pauses, it's because we're guzzling down our beer. Okay.
That's delicious.
Okay, so you've got a job. This is important. You have a job that pays your bills.
Yes.
And you had a passion, and you decided it's time to shit or get off the pot. You're going to make an album.
Yes.
Okay. Who are your musical influences? Yeah, I guess that's a succinct enough way to say it. Who influenced you?
Yeah, there's quite a few people that definitely were influences over the years. I would say I love Nico Case, Gillian Welsh as well too, have been big influences in my life, just in terms of women songwriters as well too. But yeah, and then also too, just in Canada, we have some incredible songwriters and musicians, and Justin Rutledge was one of them for sure. For me, he's one of my heroes, and I'm really grateful that I got to work with him, and I'm sure we'll get into it.
Well, we'll get into it. We're going to hear a little Justin too. Don't worry, he's an FOTM. Okay, Nico Case not an FOTM yet, but here's a little taste of Nico Case, and we'll talk more about your influences.
Sounds good.
She's inspiring me, for goodness sakes. Pass that guitar over here. I have an idea. No. All right. So, did you want to name check any more influences? I didn't mean to. I just had some Nico Case loaded up here.
That's okay.
Let's talk more about your influences.
That was really nice. Yeah. Also, Kathleen Edwards is a big one for me too. She's incredible, and yeah, just a powerhouse in Canada. So. Yeah, those are my main ones. Mavis Staples as well too. She's someone that is she's so incredible. I had the great privilege of seeing her live a few times, and boy, just breathtaking
And she's still going strong, and she's in her I would say mid 80s now.
I think so.
I have to do the math, but Yeah, I'm a big fan. I love the staple singers, and Mavis is the queen.
Oh yeah, she's amazing.
And that again, that version of The Wait.
Oh yeah.
They do it, The Last Waltz, the band documentary by Martin Scorsese. Amazing.
So good.
And that part when Pops comes in, I'm sorry, for my mind, when Pops comes in during The Last Waltz, it's like, forget about it. Like, I love the band version of the band version of The Wait. But please, that version with the staple singers, nothing beats that. So you got good taste there. Okay. And Justin, let's play a bit of Justin Rutledge and let's talk about him too.
Sounds good.
Oh, my city is dressed in skin. Her lips are dark, her ankles thin. Oh, my dizzy ballerina, won't you give us a spin? My country's cold in autumn's chains.
I'll break it down, but I'm going to bring it back up in a bit because it changes some tempo there. But that's Alberta Breeze. But the fact is, this guy was in high school with my brother, and they were buddies. And my brother would buy he'd sell like his tapes, his cassettes. Like, so Justin would record a cassette, and then my brother would buy it for whatever, $5 or whatever, and would enjoy it. And then Justin also was buddies with my cousins. They were really tight, and I think they're still buddies. And he's an FOTM, so it's kind of wild to see the success he's had.
Yeah, it's incredible. He's done amazing.
And most amazing of all, Meredith, is that he's Dave Hodge's favorite artist of all time. And Dave Hodge, do you know that name, Dave Hodge?
Yes.
Okay. His genre of choice is Americana. Like this music that you love and you produce is his cup of tea. And in fact, at the end of this calendar year, he'll be on this program to kick out his 100 favorite songs of 2022.
Nice.
And I'm hoping he got fed your album, and I'm hoping Other Way Home makes an appearance.
Awesome. That'd be amazing.
All right, talk to me about basically Justin, like what you think of him as an artist, and then how you hooked up with him personally.
Yeah, well, he's always someone that I've admired as a Canadian singer-songwriter. And for me, the Cameron House in Toronto has always been a staple place. It's my favorite room in the city, I would say. I've been going there since I was legal age to drink. And I would come up from York University where I was studying and take the rocket up to the Cameron House and basically come watch music. And he was someone that played there a lot and had a residency there for many years, I believe. And anyway, so he's just someone I admired. It was a vibe that I always felt I related to, just in terms of how my music goes as well too. So yeah, I'm really grateful I got to work with him. And it was kind of a coincidence, I think. We were connected. We had someone in common that we knew, and I reached out to him on social media, actually, and I think we had only met maybe once before at a show, and I reached out to him, and I just wanted some feedback on my tunes because I was just starting to put the songs together for the album and go through my like repertoire of songs that I had, or collection of songs I had that I'd written over the past 15 years. And my family had told me, oh, these are great songs.
Yeah, but you can't really trust that. Right?
Yeah, but I was like, I need some professional. It's
like when your mom tells you how handsome you are. Like, oh, you're so handsome. You need a second opinion.
You got to listen to your mom about that, though. Come on. But yeah, no, I needed that second opinion, and I just wanted some feedback. And after chatting with him, then we ended up he ended up agreeing to produce the album, which was pretty incredible. So yeah, and I was really lucky too, because he wasn't touring at the time, and in the middle of COVID, like we got to work with some incredible musicians also because of that too. Like people were around and available. So yeah, I'm just really grateful. It was an incredible crew that was a part of the album making.
Okay, we're gonna hear a little more Justin and talk more about this.
Sway somehow started by the amber breeze.
Dave Hodge loves this man. What a talented SOB. It's almost annoying, right? Because he's also a good-looking dude, too. Like, you get one or the other. Well, you don't get both, right? It's not really fair. Okay. So shout out to FOTM Justin Rutledge. Okay, so Justin says he's going to produce your album. Here's a silly question, and I talk to a lot of people who produce albums, and it sounds like a producer does a different thing for every artist. Like, what exactly did Justin Rutledge do for your album?
Yeah, well, it was interesting just because, again, we were in the thick of the pandemic, so we really only were able to see each other pretty limitedly, I would say, limited. So we maybe met up, I think, twice in person prior to the album, like going into the studio. So basically what we did was, you know...
Would he recognize you if he passed you in the street? Would he say, "Oh, Meredith, how you doing?"
Yes, he would now, for sure. But I would hope so, at least. But yeah, we... So basically kind of went through my demos, which were honestly just real rough voice memos from my phone. And I had asked him, like, "Do you want me to do better demos?" And he's like, no, just as is fine. So basically it was just going through, charting out the songs basically. And he did an incredible job just orchestrating the crew and the musicians that came into play. Again, like I'm fairly new into the music world. Like I was on hiatus for so long. I kind of was out of it in terms of getting connected with the right people to play with, and you know who's the best person to be like the engineer.
Yeah, he's so well connected.
He's
right?
so well connected that he really orchestrated. He didn't only just like, you know, imagine these songs in the way that they were produced on the album, but he also just orchestrated everyone together, and he really did make a great team of people too. Like just from a chemistry perspective, it was pretty incredible.
Now I need you to name check the people. Like so it takes a village here. So you're the songwriter.
Yep.
And how many jams? How many songs? I'm trying to think who's it. Oh yeah, it was Blair Packham who said, "Why do you have to always call songs jams, Blair? Because that's the way it goes." By the way, Blair Packham, he wrote a lot of great music, but he was the singer-songwriter, primary singer-songwriter for the Jitters, which was a big band in the 80s. And he is going to be one of the FOTM musicians who's going to play live at TMLXX. That is the 10th Toronto Mic'd Listener Experience. And it's happening, this is very important, Meredith, you might want to write this down.
Okay.
Luckily, I'm recording it, so you can hear it later. September 1st, from 6 to 9 p.m., on the lawns at the Great Lakes Brewery location in southern Etobicoke. And that's 30 Queen Elizabeth Boulevard. All FOTMs are welcome. Larry Fedoruk wrote me a note and said, "You have to RSVP." I said, "No, just get your ass to Great Lakes Brewery for between 6 and 9 p.m. on September 1st. I have a lot of ideas, and I'll slowly start to unveil all these ideas. But there will be a microphone, and again, some amazing FOTM musicians are going to play jams for us, like Blair Packham. So how did I get on Blair Packham? Oh, yeah, because he says, "Why do I always call them jams?" How many songs on your new album, Other Way Home, Meredith?
There's 10 of them.
10 songs.
Yeah. So we selected 10. We kind of looked at the budget, looked at all of the things that we were able to do. And
may I ask what the budget was? Because you're self-financing, right? Is this all coming from you? So money that you've saved from working like at startups and software companies and stuff.
Yeah. I'm not going to say budget, I think, right now. Yeah, I'm a little nervous to say it out loud.
Why? Because the CRAs, though, come on. You can tell, like, I guess I'm curious. Like, is it to produce this? It sounds great. We're going to play some songs, all right, from your new album, Other Way Home. But are we talking like this is a $5,000 project?
Above.
Really? Is it $10,000 project?
Like, above.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
I would have lost a bar bet on this one. Okay.
No, it's okay. But it was just one of those moments for me where I thought, in case I never do this again, which I hope is not the case, I would love to do this again. I just thought this is for me. I'm also looking at it as an entire learning experience as well too. Like I'm getting so much more out of this than just putting an album out. It's
right.
like everything put together. It's basically like a crash course into how do you jumpstart into the music industry again.
And also, let me give you like some paternal wisdom here, if I may. Here, so you have no children?
No.
So you currently live alone?
Yes.
I'm asking you very personal questions.
It's okay.
So you live alone with no children. You have a full-time job, and you've been working full-time for several years.
Yeah, probably. I think it's like 8 or 9 years now.
Okay.
Yeah.
And if you said to me, "Hey, I have this burning passion to play music, and the pandemic has made me realize that I want to produce an album, a properly produced, professional sounding album with my 10 greatest songs that I've been writing through the years. And this passion project, the side hustle passion project will cost me, I'll make up the number now, $13,000. I made up the number. Am I close?
You're getting there.
Okay,
Yeah.
15,000.
Yeah, around that. Yeah.
Okay, so $15,000. I say it's a steal at twice the price. Like that is money well spent. This is very nourishing for you. Are you proud of this album?
I'm so proud of it. It's definitely been worth every single penny, and yeah, I've saved for a while, and it's just one of those things. Again, it's like paying for taking a university or a college course or whatever, right? Like you're really
better than that, because instead of a piece of paper at the end of the day, you've got these 10 songs.
Yeah, and it's just like these songs have been, some of them are over 15 years old.
I was going to ask that next. So like of the 10 songs that have made the final cut, what's the oldest song? Like the song that you wrote the earliest?
So the first song I ever wrote was December. And then the second song I ever wrote was Prairie. So those are about like 15, 16 years old.
Can I play some Prairie then?
Yeah, go for it.
You excited? We're playing Prairie. You did this. You did this.
Crazy. What?
Best $15,000 you ever spent. Wow.
No one knows how the beauty became. I've been left standing in the rain. Well, it brings me back now and then. Now and then.
And you wrote this 15 years ago.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Who's playing on this song?
So we have some amazing folks. We have Burt Carroll on pedal steel. We have Josh Van Tassel on drums, and he created this amazing kind of soundscape of, it's almost like a tumbleweed effect. You can kind of hear in the the sound there. And we have Devin Henderson on bass, and on guitar we have Tom Muhas, and then piano and whirly we have Kelsey McNulty. And then on some of the other tracks we're lucky to have Miranda McCulland on fiddle as well too.
Honestly, it sounds big leagues. You know what I mean? Shout out to Tom Cochran. It sounds like the real deal here in my headphones here. Like, I mean, you did this.
Thank you. I'm so excited.
What was your dad's review?
Oh my gosh. Well, I have a really funny story about that, actually.
Oh, we don't tell funny stories on this program. You'll have to save that for another podcast. No, seriously, I need to hear it right now.
So I was really lucky that my dad and my sister and my mom were actually a part of the album recording process, which is pretty amazing. So on the last day of recording, my dad actually ended up doing the guitar solo on December, and then my sister was all the backup vocals. So they actually came into the studio. So it was the last day of recording. I was just wrapping up actually some overdubs on Prairie, and my family was sitting in the kind of the studio space just listening. And I come in from like just finishing up vocals, and I come in and they're all just crying because for them this is like a pretty big moment, because they've been hearing these songs in the living room and playing, like we've been playing these songs together as family.
I can feel it. Like I feel it.
Yeah.
And I just met you for the first time like a half an hour ago, and I feel it. Like I feel this interesting like secondhand pride, like you. And where's the studio? What studio did you go into?
Oh, we were at Union Sound Studio in Toronto, and we got to work with the incredibly talented Chris Stringer and Darren McGill as well too. He was assistant on set as well, which is incredible. And yeah, such an incredible crew to work with. And the studio is just, if you've ever been there, it's got like a homey, like very warm
Where is
feeling.
it geographically?
It's on
Sudbury?
It's like it's close to
King or
no,
Queen?
it's closer. I'm directionally challenged, so me talking about this is funny, but it's closer to the East End. I'm just
what's a
blanking
landmark
on
nearby? Is there anything you can remember seeing nearby?
It's close
are
to
you
Eastbound Brewery. It's close to that area. Just thinking
East of Yonge.
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
But anyways, it's a really lovely studio. They have old barn boards in it, just very homey and warm.
Because you're Americana, right? Like you need that. You need that ambiance to put you in the right mood here. Okay, so I thoroughly enjoyed Prairie, but now I'm going to ask you. You brought a guitar.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to play. Like, do you have in your mind? Like, are you going to play a song live before we stop recording?
I could if you would.
Well,
like.
yeah. Well, you brought the guitar, so I feel like you led me on here. Okay, so like, would you play a song? Like not right now, but in a few minutes.
Yeah, definitely. I could
So
play
do you have a
song
song in your head you'd want to play? Because then I won't play that one.
I was thinking either December or I was thinking December maybe.
December.
Or 8 Too Late, whatever one.
No,
you
December,
think.
because December's one of those like Prairie. That's a song you wrote like 15 years ago.
It's an oldie.
So, and again, I don't know what the rule is for your age or whatever, but like, how old are you when you wrote December and Prairie?
Well, I guess I was about 15.
See, I just did the math. You're 30 years old.
I'm almost 30 years old. I'm almost 30 years old. Yeah. I'm 30 years old this time next year, I guess. So yeah.
All right. Well, congratulations on the milestone birthday coming up.
Thank you.
And I'm gonna play another one. Okay.
Awesome.
Okay.
Hope you're riding the other way home. Hope you're riding the other way home. 'Cause you ain't right next to me no more. So hope you're riding the other way home. Can't figure it out, don't bother me. Can't figure it out, don't bother me. 'Cause Pretty damn obvious, can't you see? If you can't figure it out, don't bother me. Maybe for glory, but that's not me. Maybe for glory, but that's not me. You're all about the money and don't lie, please. So maybe for glory, but that's not me.
And this is the title track.
Yes.
Other Way Home. Okay, so when did you write this one?
This one was an old one too. It was maybe 13 years ago.
This is because of your hiatus, okay? So you
Yeah.
were too focused on everything else and you forgot to write music. Okay, so give me an idea. So there's 10 songs, and
Yeah.
the 3 we've talked about are like older songs, but are like, what's the most recent song?
The most recent song was The Other Side and Ain't Too Late and No Reason. Those were like the 3, I would say, newer songs on the album. And like, honestly, they're all kind of, throughout the past 15 years, they've all been written. But those are those were the 3 most recent ones.
So when you're writing these songs like 15, 13 years ago, when you're like a teenager, basically, like, is it you're writing this music? Do you perform it anyway? Where is it just like, where would you perform these songs?
Yeah, a lot of it was like school performances in high school, elementary school. And
What high
then
school?
I went to Cardinal Carter, not the Toronto one, but the one in Aurora.
All right, Aurora.
Yeah, Aurora Cardinal Carter. And then also too, I performed in university a fair amount. Like I was in arts college at York University at Winters College, and amazing fostering of creativity. So I was really lucky to be performing also too with like music majors from school too. So it was a lot of fun.
So York University, I feel like Jane's Party went there. I had the guys from Jane's Party over here, and I
nice.
feel like they were York people too, and they're talented mofos. So Jane's Party, they write music, and their hope is that it gets on Indie 88 and CFNY 102.1 The Edge. So for you though, like they're not playing Americana stuff. Like, so is it simply like you're hoping that maybe like CBC Music will play it, and maybe satellite radio, and then people will come out and see you perform live? Like, what is the goal for Meredith Lazowski?
Yeah, that's essentially the goal. Just put it out there. My whole goal, the initial thing, was just to put this music together and consolidate it and package it. And then, the secondary goal is to definitely let people hear it as well too. But honestly, if no one heard it, I would still be really happy with the fact that I just put it together.
Well, they can't take that away from you. Like, you will be a wrinkly old lady in her 90s, okay? And your great-grandchildren will be like coming to visit you. And you'll be like, listen to this. This is The Other Side. And it will sound big leagues, like I said. And that'll be there forever. Like, this is... To me, it's like a no-brainer investment, to be quite honest with you. Like, I'm sure it's about, 15,000, whatever. You're not going to become the next Taylor Swift. What are you thinking here? I think completely, no. I think for a passion like you have and a gift that you have to pack, like you said, the 10 of your greatest hits, if you will, well produced with big league musicians and sounding amazing in the headphones, that's freaking priceless.
Well, thank you. And I mean, I would love if CBC was to play it. That would be an
they
amazing
should play it.
goal.
Like, what's the point of CBC Music if they don't play your music?
That's always been the dream for sure. And
so no Meredith Lazowski songs have been played by CBC Music yet.
Not yet, but maybe one day.
I'm gonna be making some calls. Okay.
But no, I'm really grateful, and I've been lucky with the traction it's been getting so far. And but yeah, the goal is to have people come out and listen to me play live. That would be amazing. So I'm continuing to book, and hopefully going to continue to play.
Are there any like dates and locations you want to, like, again, this will drop tomorrow morning on the feed, so it's not going to get too dusty. In fact, normally almost every episode drops like 10 minutes after we say goodbye. But because I literally just had this guy named Lou Pamonti. He's a musician, producer guy who was over here this afternoon because we had delayed this a couple of times. So I'm doing like a double hitter. So I'm going to probably drop this tomorrow afternoon just so the Lou episode doesn't get like trounced by... by the way, you a Blue Rodeo fan?
Oh, I love Blue Rodeo.
It's like a bit of more of a promotion than a humble brag, but I am making a trip later this week to the Blue Rodeo Studios.
Amazing.
To set up my studio in the Blue Rodeo Studios because Jim Cuddy is going to make his Toronto Mic debut.
That's amazing.
Do you realize, Meredith, in the same week, Meredith Lazowski and Jim Cuddy.
Oh my gosh, that's incredible.
You're opening for Jim Cuddy right now.
My goodness.
All the same week. So that's amazing for you. You mentioned one of your most recent jams is The Other Side.
Yes.
May I play some of that one before we hear some live?
Let's do it.
People got nothing left to say. I just walk the other way. Went to a bar right downtown. Waited for you, only stayed a while. Give me a holler, give me a sign. I was waiting on the other side. Went for money, went for the fame. You held back not to make a mistake. If you ain't got no tip for me, just go talk to Johnny Appleseed. Give me a holler, give me a sign, yeah. I was waiting on the other side.
You know, it actually sounds like older Meredith wrote this. Like, you know what I mean? It sounds like a little more like, it's like sexier, you know what I mean? Like, it's like
Yep.
Meredith's like, she's a woman now.
Yep.
I really like this jam. This is
Thank
good.
you.
I mean, the other ones were good too, but The Other Side. Okay, totally digging it. Okay. I want to give you some things here before I forget, because once you pull out that guitar, I'm going to be so distracted, I'll never remember to come back to it. Okay. You need to eat. I know you got the good gig at the startup or whatever, but do you eat Italian food, Meredith?
I love Italian
Oh my God,
food.
I was so nervous. You were going to say, I hate Italian
Oh
food.
my
You love it.
goodness.
Okay, good. So, you're going home today with the most delicious large meat lasagna from Palma Pasta. You're going to love it.
Amazing. Thank you.
In my freezer, so that box is empty, but when you
Okay.
leave, it'll be full and it'll be very heavy and you're going to love it. And thank you, Palma Pasta. Palma Pasta is going to feed everybody who comes to TMLXX on September 1st. They're amazing and they're in Mississauga and Oakville, and go to palmapasta.com. The brewery's hosting. They're amazing, but you've already got your beer. This sticker, the Toronto Mic sticker, that's courtesy of stickeru.com. That's where you get your Meredith Lazowski stickers.
Oh, nice.
And
Might
the
get some
and other way home stickers and decals and temporary tattoos and stickeru.com, stickeryou.com. Great people. They're in Liberty Village,
Great.
but anywhere you have an internet connection, you're good to go there. Ridley Funeral Home. Now, I ran out of the very popular measuring tapes. Like, I was giving out Ridley Funeral, so note to Brad Jones. I ran out. Gave my last one to Lou Pamonti earlier today. But this is pretty damn cool. This is like a flashlight. And you never know when you need a flashlight. This is
that's
it's a great light, a handy light, courtesy of Ridley Funeral Home. They've been pillars of this community since 1921.
Amazing.
1921. And of course, Brad Jones has a great podcast, Life's Undertaking. Do you smoke weed?
No, I don't.
It's okay. You don't have to smoke weed. But for all those who enjoy consuming cannabis, which is legal, by the way, of course you know that, but you go to cannacabana.com because they help to fuel the Real Talk over here. Over 100 locations across the country, and they will not be undersold on cannabis or cannabis accessories. I think one of the Great Lakes has a Canna Cabana cozy there. Because I've actually run out of the ashtrays as well. See, there's been a lot of gas coming by. So thank you, Canna Cabana, for your amazing support. Okay, I feel like now, well, maybe just before you pull out the guitar, so did you name check everybody who helped you make Other Way Home?
I believe so. The only people I guess I didn't fully mention is my sister, Bronwyn Lazowski, who's backup vocals, my dad, Brian Lazowski, and my mom, Catherine Lazowski, who were all a part of it as well, too. So
okay, and they were on that jam you're going to sing now.
Yes, yeah.
December.
And my mom, she was really helpful and instrumental in the release of everything, too. She helped me write out some promotional content and things like that. She's an incredible writer.
She's your CMO, your chief marketing officer.
Exactly. So
it takes a village.
It was a family effort. And
I
then,
love it.
Yeah.
Are they going to be is everyone in your family that you just name checked, are they going to listen to your Toronto Mic'd appearance?
Of course.
Now I'm nervous. Whenever I know a dad is going to listen. Okay. Are you ready to play a jam for me?
I would love to.
Okay. So you get yourself sorted, and I'll just do play-by-play here while I drink my Great Lakes beer. So Meredith is going into her guitar case, and she's opening her guitar case. I need to ask Meredith if she needs another microphone or something. I think we're okay, actually. I have mics, but I think you're good to go. I've had artists. I had John Bora was down here recently playing, and it sounded great. He's an old punker from the Toronto scenes. He was wearing a shirt that's older than you are. Okay.
Oh.
All right. She's tuning. I'm watching. She's tuning. What does that mean? That device that's like
it's a little it's just it does it off vibration.
So it tells you if you're in tune.
Yeah.
See, I know nothing. Okay.
And with humidity too.
And what kind of guitar is that? A Gibson.
A Gibson. And I'm actually borrowing this one. This is my partner's guitar.
Your partner.
Yeah.
Okay.
My guitar was not available right now. There we go.
So your partner's guitar, you've got it tuned.
Yeah.
Do you want to do like a little something just so I can make sure the levels and everything are good before I actually hear the song? Okay, so Meredith's getting comfortable. Okay. I'm wondering if I should set up another. So your voice is going to be on that mic, but I can set up another mic. Like, if you can tell a story or entertain everybody, 'cause I'm not gonna edit this. So do you have something you can share with the world? Just say something that's going to be on the permanent record here while I go set up another mic real quick.
Yeah, I can definitely do that.
So it's called Vamping. Go.
Oh my goodness, so many stories to tell. So I can tell a little story about Prairie, actually, which was the song that we first played. And that one talked a lot about my time out west in Saskatchewan. And so a lot of my music is influenced by Saskatchewan for sure. My grandmother was born there, one of 14 brothers and sisters on a homestead in northern Saskatchewan, about 3 hours north of Saskatoon. And yeah, that song was pretty much influenced off of all my summers spent out west and enjoying being a part of the prairies and the beauty of the prairies as well too. So that was a big part of that. And also, if you're around on the 24th of August, I am playing a show at the Cameron House, the early slot from 6 to 8. So I'd love to see you there.
Okay, so do that on the 24th of August, and then on September 1st, come to TMLXX.
That'd be so fun.
Okay, so now let me hear like some guitar. So. So what I've done is with that mic, we can move it. I don't want to get in your way or whatever, as long as it doesn't interfere with you.
I won't rock too hard. We're good.
Okay, go nuts. Okay, so I will be quiet now. This is the Meredith show, but I'm looking forward to this. Okay.
Baby, why you running out to meet me? second best. Where did all the time go from my memories? Where's the best place to relax? 'Cause nothing lasts like this forever. We all pretend to be free. You remember last December. So baby, be mine, please. We were just walking down the main street, just going hand in hand. Pretend like we're walking through a cemetery, so we can feel like time will never end. 'Cause nothing lasts like this forever. We all pretend to be free. You remember last December. So baby, be mine, please. You remember last December. So baby, be mine, please.
I wish I could applaud you with 100 hands. Amazing. Loved it so much.
Thank you.
I actually took out my phone and took a little video for social media, even though I am recording all of this. But you're very talented and you should be very proud. And you have an album now. Like, now you have an album. Like, what is the difference between you and Guns N' Roses? An album's an album, right? Like, this is it. You know? It's like,
Oh,
you
thank
know,
you.
amazing, amazing. So what's next? Like, you can't quit your day job yet. Like, but is that the ideal? Like, I don't want to. No pressure. I know it's tough to
Yeah.
do in this country, but like you just, as long as you have that outlet and you can play live in front of people who enjoy your music, you'll be satisfied.
Yeah, I think that's the game plan right now is love to play and play to love, and yeah, we'll see where it goes. I'm kind of in that frame of mind right now is you just never know what might happen. So I'm just going to go with the flow right now and kind of continue doing my other work as well too, because I also really love doing that as well. So
Right.
I think I'll always have a part of that in my life for sure, and I love solving problems in that space, but I just want to keep playing music as well, and I think this is just what has, as the album says, it's my other way home, and I made my way back, so I don't plan on departing from it anytime soon.
Have you considered moving to Nashville?
Oh, I love Nashville. I was actually lucky to play at the Bluebird there at one point in time, which was really amazing. Just that I got a chance to do the open mic there, which was that was also a catalyst for getting back into playing music as well too, for sure. But yeah, I love Nashville. I would consider it for sure, but I have to say I love the Canadian music scene, and I think we need to keep fostering the Canadian talent here too. So I would love to stay here as much as I can.
Do you think that, as a country, we do enough though to support our artists like you? Like you have a good full-time job, but sometimes people come in here with talent similar to yours who are like waiting tables or whatever, and now they're like, where do I move now, because I can't afford rent waiting tables in this city.
Yeah, I think that I feel like there needs to be more done. I know there's a lot of efforts that are trying to be made for sure, but I think there's more that can be done. I think it's a really interesting problem space to be looking at it. As a designer, it's something I've often thought about. I'm like, what can we do to solve for this a little bit
Isn't
more?
it like don't you just need more affordable housing in the city? Like, do we want this to be, and I think about this a lot because I'm sitting here in my mansion, okay? And I'm thinking, I say that, but it's like, it feels like the price to buy this today, like I could never afford this house today. But like, do we want Toronto to be the city of the wealthy? I sure don't.
Yeah, I
Rich
agree.
people suck.
Also, too, it's just like, yeah, we're losing a lot of incredible talent because people can't afford to live in the city. And I think, what keeps this community in the arts community and what keeps the city alive is definitely fostering the creative talent here. So, yeah, I think having more affordable living would be a huge help for that for sure.
So if you don't go to Nashville, you might end up on Wolf Island. Are you aware of the scene at Wolf Island?
No.
Okay,
no.
so... do you know the Bourbon Tabernacle Choir? So there's a guy named Chris Brown, and he is in a band with Kate Fenner. And Chris bought a hotel on Wolf Island, which, like, what's Wolf Island? There's Kingston, Ontario, and then there's this Wolf Island. And it's sort of become like an artist. I'm thinking of my FOTM Stephen Stanley now. So Stephen Stanley is a founding member of Lowest of the Low. No longer with the band, but very friendly now with Ron Hawkins in the band again, which is very lovely to see. But anyway, all these artists are kind of they're doing their thing on Wolf Island, and I feel like, okay, there's like an artists' commune developing. That maybe that's I'm just thinking out loud here, but I just know that this city we're in right now. And what part of the city do you live in?
I live
what neighborhood?
Right downtown in like Bathurst and Queens Quay area.
Oh, I got a tour. There's a homeless shelter there. I got a tour of it. The old Rogers building.
Yeah.
So. But, and shout out to FOTM Liz Brio, who works there. But, and a friend of Stu Stone, Liz Brio. Everybody knows what that means. So, that's a cool neck of the woods. I bike by it every day, Bathurst and Queens Quay. And that's a cool neck of the woods, but it's not cheap to live there. And we're pushing all our artists out. And I think it's important that artists are an important part of a city, a vibrant city. So just like I want the cops to stop harassing the cyclists in High Park, I want you musicians to stay here. Don't leave us. So you have to stick around. Well, and then to do that, I don't know what we have to do. But thankfully, you have a great job right now that's helping you to pay the rent. So Meredith, I got to say, like, I wish you nothing but success in the future, and I hope it all works out for you. And I'm glad you hooked up with FOTM Justin Rutledge. And what I've heard from your the 10 songs on the album, and that's the other thing, right now is a good time to tell people how they can get your album. Do that right now.
Oh yeah, so you can listen on Spotify or anywhere that you stream music, and you can check out my website too. I'm hopefully going to be posting some ways for you to purchase some merch, and you can go from there.
Purchase the merch when it's there, because I know what you're going to get paid by Spotify, and it won't be enough to buy a can of Great Lakes beer there. So you got to get that merch stuff launched. And Meredith, thanks for coming by. This was honestly a fun chat for me, and I love it. I absolutely love it when a talented musician plays live in the TMDS studio here. Unbelievable.
Thank you so much for having me. This is so much fun.
And we got to take a photo by the tree before you drive off. And make sure I get you that lasagna from Palma Pasta.
I am excited. That's going to be my dinner.
Well, it might be frozen.
It will be tomorrow's dinner.
It'll be tomorrow. I was going to say. Yeah, I leave it in the fridge. What I've learned to do is leave it in the fridge for like 24 hours and then put like 45 minutes at like 350 degree Fahrenheit in the oven, and that thing is delicious. Let me know how it goes, okay? I've got it down to a fine art.
I'm looking forward to it tomorrow.
And that brings us to the end of our 1095th show. Is that the right number, Meredith? I'm going to check on. Yes.
I think so.
That's pretty good. Okay, 1095. Glad we could finally make this happen.
Me too.
You can follow me on Twitter. I'm at Toronto Mike. Meredith, tell us all the places we can follow you.
You can follow me on Instagram at mer.lazowski, and Twitter, mer.lazowski as well too, and at Facebook at Meredith Lazowski Music. And looking forward to hearing from you.
Our friends at Great Lakes Brewery or at Great Lakes Beer Palma Pasta is at Palma Pasta. Sticker U is at Sticker U. Electronic Products Recycling Association are at EPRA_Canada. Ridley Funeral Home are at Ridley FH. And Canna Cabana are at Canna Cabana_. See you all tomorrow when my special guest is Simon Rakoff. That's going to be great. And then the day after tomorrow, it's Jim Cuddy. See you then.
Just the best that I can. Well, maybe I'm not, and maybe I am. Who gives a damn? Because everything is coming up rosy and green. Yeah, the wind is cold, but the smell of snow warms me today. And your smile is fine, and it's just like mine, and it won't go away. 'Cause everything rosy and gray. Well, I've kissed you in France and I've kissed you in Spain, and I've kissed you in places I better not name. And I've seen the sun go down on Sacré-Cœur.